Hi, my name is Ray Andrade, welcoming you to the Arizona Public Health Training Center's continuing Workforce Quality Improvement Series, brought to you by the Western Region Public Health Training Center. In this video, we will be discussing prioritization matrices.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this Quality Improvement Series on prioritization matrices. Today we're going to use a public health example to illustrate the use of prioritization matrices. We're going to suppose that an organization has been funded for a diabetes prevention or intervention program in a Native American community. If an organization is lucky enough to be funded for such a program, we can assume that the organization will come up with some possible topics that are going to be used to decide on what kind of intervention program to implement. Because funding has been approved, we are ready to go. So we have to think about what are the different modes of providing the intervention. So let's suppose that this organization that has been funded for this diabetes prevention program comes up with 4 different possibilities in providing the intervention. Clinics, a nutrition or exercise program in the form of classes. One of the ideas may be that they offer a personal fitness coach for participants or a personal life coach. And another possibility is that they offer weight loss classes. So if we pretend that we are this organization that has been funded for this great program, why don't we use a prioritization matrix to rank the intervention topics? So I listed this title, Diabetes Prevention Program, and here I have a pre-populated prioritization matrix. If we look at the upper left-hand corner of this example here, we know that what we're going to do with the prioritization matrix is compare criteria. And you'll notice that the 4 possibilities for developing and implementing the intervention program that we're dealing with are listed on the top column, the left-hand side column and the top row of this diagram. And what we're going to do is compare each of the possibilities for the intervention program with its counterpart on both sides of the matrix. So we're going to use a rating scale to rate the comparison of program possibilities with each other. The scale of 1 is going to be equal importance. The number 5 will be used as a little more important. A 10 will be used for a lot more important. And then we use the reciprocals of 5 and 10. 1/5 being a little less important, and 1/10 being a lot less important. So if we go with the first example, and we look at clinics. So offering clinics as compared to nutrition and exercise classes, let's suppose that offering clinics is just a little less important than offering nutrition and exercise courses. So we'll label that as 1/5 on our prioritization matrix. So if we do the opposite comparison, we use the reciprocal of our value for this comparison, saying that clinics are a little bit more important than nutrition and exercise classes. Now we can do the other example and compare clinics with a personal life coach and saying that those are of equal importance, and then comparing clinics with weight loss classes, saying that clinics are a little bit less important than weight loss classes. This would be assuming that these topics are discussed by a small group within the organization that is planning the intervention program. So now what I'll do is I'll compare a personal life coach with clinics, saying that a personal life coach is of equal importance to the clinics example, and that weight loss classes are a little more important than clinics. And then I can say that nutrition and exercise classes are a lot more important than offering a personal life coach for individuals, and saying that nutrition and exercise classes are a little bit more important than weight loss classes. And then we do the reciprocals of those two for the other comparison. On the last one, we say that a personal life coach is just a little bit less important than weight loss classes, or weight loss classes are a little bit more important than personal life coaches. So now that this prioritization matrix has been filled in and populated, what I'm going to do is look at the other two columns, the remaining two columns, and label them as raw total and relative decimal value. So what I'm going to do is add up each of the rows with their decimal values. So 1/5 is equal to 0.2. So adding up this first row will give us a raw total of 1.4. And I'll do the same for the other rows. And at the end, I'm going to get a grand total of 32.9. This is a raw total of the scores as the sums of each of the rows. So now what I'm going to do is take the grand total and use each of the raw total values and simply divide them by the grand total to give me a relative decimal value. So the relative decimal value I get for the first row is 0.04. 0.61 for the second one, 0.04 for the third one, and 0.31 for the last one. So what I've done now is created a relative decimal value for each of the examples. And I can rank them now, and over on the left-hand side of the table, we'll list the ranking and say that nutrition and exercise classes, by far, is a top-ranked intervention program. A close second would be weight loss classes, and then offering clinics or personal life coach rank fourth, or a tie for fourth, in this example. Prioritization matrices are a great way, a great tool for small groups in an organization to rank possible outcomes when dealing with issues like the one shown here. And that was a look at prioritization matrices. This information in this short video was brought to you by the Western Region Public Health Training Center, the Arizona Public Health Training Center, in cooperation with the Malin Inid Zuckerman College of Public Health.
That was a look at prioritization matrices. Visit our website to see what the Western Region Public Health Training Center is doing to ensure a well-prepared public health workforce. Please contact us with any questions or suggestions you may have. Until next time.